and I don't accept it. I was actually, we only arrived after the apartheid, so Mandela was in charge.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
Your family was responsible for apartheid.
You know that.
Doesn't your family go way back in like the accounts for the slave traders?
No, actually, no.
Isn't that what Friedland means in South African?
No, we were in Eastern Europe at that time, and
well, it's
Lithuania being very cold Jews.
I don't think so.
We were just standing around. I'm so cold.
No, what happened was his family.
Cold.
His family was asked to leave Europe because the Nazis were like, "Look, we don't need any more names. Thank you. You've already earned your freedom." But you guys got to get out of here because it's going to look weird if you're the only family we don't kill. We have 6 million names. We don't need any more names. And then they went to South Africa, and there's a man that said, "Please share this coconut piece with us." And then they enslaved that guy and took his coconut.
You know the truth. The thing is that it's fucking...
Then his grandfather was like, "It's so hot down here, I have to rape. I have to invent raping. It's too hot to not rape."
Damn,
God, it was very funny.
Isn't
but
that
it's
not
not true.
Adam? Isn't everything Nick said
yes,
correct?
it's completely 100%.
It's real.
Yeah, we were all part of Rhodesian death squads. Me and my family. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's my favorite
Committing
podcast.
atrocities.
That's my favorite podcast on the
Rhodesian-
Gas Digital Network is Rhodesian Death Squad.
Yeah. No, my parents had to leave because they were anti-apartheid and they were on a list by the secret police. And we went back after Mandela came to power. Yeah.
For how long? Wait, you went?
Yeah, I lived there when I was a kid for 3 years.
I didn't know that.
For 2 years, sorry. Yeah.
What
I turned
age?
4, 5, and 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
When I started school, I went back to America and started school. So, but I was in pre-K there. But I had an accent when I was a little kid.
You didn't start kindergarten until you were 6 years old?
I think, no, I started first grade. I did kindergarten there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Too bad it's all lies. That would be a cool story. It's sort of a redeeming story if it wasn't a complete lie.
Yeah.
You all know your family's a war criminal past.
No, we were not.
A couple of Jesse
My
Joyces.
grandfather.
Couple Howard Jesse Joyces.
My grandfather probably did some shitty things. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that means he knows and he doesn't want to say.
Well, no, because he got super lucky and like made whatever. I don't want to tell.
No, tell the story. Made money.
Uh-oh. He was probably a pretty.
My
cool,
dad
chill
says
way.
my dad thinks that he had office buildings, and my dad suspects that his father rented office space to the secret police, but that might be bullshit.
He was a landlord for the secret police. Oh my god,
That
dude.
is unbelievable.
My grandfather would help the Nazis find deals. He was like Groupon for the.
He was a broker.
But then my dad,
This one has a nice view of the Blakes.
my dad ended up being on a list because they thought he was a potential political enemy, and then they tried to draft him into the army. And my mom
Doesn't make up for it.
Double
Doesn't-
agent, huh?
Doesn't matter.
Fuck my grandfather. I don't give a fuck about him.
There you go.
Yeah.
My grandfather just fucking bought a bunch of exotic birds.
Yeah.
He never did anything with his life.
Yeah. Well, it's a shitty place.
Hell yeah, dude. That's a fucking hilarious way to live your life.
Dude,
Just
he
collecting
spent
birds.
Dude, no joke. He ruined an apartment. We were the way our fucking apartment building, there was like each family had a
shit?
floor. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the bottom floor was my aunt's. The middle floor was my grandparents. The third floor was my uncle's, and the fourth floor was supposed to be ours. And while we were in America, my dad would like go when I was really young. He would go and like put work into it. You know, he would like do the electric one summer. He would go back and put tiles and shit in it because my dad always thought we were gonna move back to Greece. And then when there was like 4 years in between, when it just like didn't look like we were moving back, you know, my grandfather just. My dad replaced all the tiles. Everyone got mad at my grandfather because he had like literally 300 birds on his balcony, and it was just squawking, and there was shit everywhere. So they told me he had to move them, and he just put them indoors in our apartment. Shit everywhere, dude.
That's absolutely
He had like
disgusting.
400 or 500 and just ruined the tiles. Just
I mean, I think ruining that apartment is pretty much as bad as anything my grandfather made.
he spent all his retirement
My
money.
grandfather was tidy, okay? And
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
give him
yeah.
that. I'll give him that.
Um,
I don't know if it's true. This is something that
No,
my
it's-
dad
it's true.
suspects.
that means he did worse shit, and that's what your dad is telling you.
No, he didn't do worse shit. No.
I think if you Google war criminal Friedland,
Shut the fuck up.
whatever comes up is the answer.
But yeah, shouts out to Stavros Halkias. Also, that was his name. Also, I'm named
Yeah.
after him. And he played the lottery. He also played
Just
the
buying
lottery.
a bunch of birds. That's
Dude,
hilarious.
Not just birds, but the lottery every day.
That's fine. A lot of people do that.
That's cool.
Not a lot of people fucking blow all their money on birds.
Yeah, and he wouldn't let my grandmother turn the lights on because he was that cheap. But he would buy them like expensive vitamins to make his bird's coat shiny. He was a total piece of dog shit.
No, that's awesome. A collection of exotic birds. I would do something like that.
That's a
Yeah.
cool thing.
Yeah, I know. I know you would. Have I told
do you have
the
macaws?